That's right. Giant 8 mana 8/8 costs 1 less for each turn in a row you've played an elemental, and it's an elemental. Costs 1 less for each turn in a row you've played an elemental. So if you play an elemental on turn 1 all the way up to 7, this costs 0. But what happens if like you cut between on turn 3? Does that mean it only goes to like 2 mana? This card, it just seems bad. This is like, isn't this the worst giant I've ever, like, in the game? I feel like this card, even if it said cost 1 less for each turn, or for each elemental, for each turn you played an elemental, I feel like would have been probably the safer text, and I feel like it would still been bad. This feels so weak. Unless there's a deck that like every single turn you're playing, I don't know. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. No. I'd rather have Mountain Giant back in the game. Give it back. Gattlesnake, 3 mana 1/5. At the end of your turn, load tool bullets that deal 1 damage each. Death rattle fire at random enemies. What the hell? That is interesting. 3 mana 1/5. So that means this is a 3 mana 1/5. Deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies. But then if it lives again, it does 4. And if it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. Man, I'm going to be honest, first and foremost, I'm not really sure about this card. This card seems whatever. But like the artwork here from the Gattlesnake is actually phenomenal. Like that's awesome. I'm really excited to see what the golden animation is of this card, because it looks so cool. Man, that's a really interesting effect. I don't know if that's good. It's slow, but like potentially it could be insane. Interesting. Why does the Gattlesnake have an exclamation point? Because you're firing at random enemies. You're going poof, poof. If you're shooting something, bro, it's an exclamation point. I'm almost guaranteed. I have no idea why they do it like that. I have no idea. I'm coping. I don't know. Could be cool. We'll see. Usually 5 health on a 3-drop is actually genuinely pretty good for it to survive at least 1 turn. So it could be cool. I like the card though. It's really nice. Snake Oil Seller, 4 mana 4/5 death rattle, shuffle 2 tradable snake oils into your opponent's deck. Does anyone know what a snake oil is? Anyone have any idea? Oh, tradable, deal 0 damage. Wait, is that? There has to be something that works with this, right? Snake Oil Seller is an anti-Highlander card, which is pretty nice. Oh, into your opponent's deck. I was reading that as that would go in your deck. So you're just basically ruining your opponent's draw. Okay, I mean, sure. That's kind of cool. I mean, imagine you're playing Sif. If Highlander is that prevalent, I think like this card might see you play. It's interesting. It's like albatrossing someone, but it's arguably worse. I'd rather have an albatross than this card. I'd rather, like, albatross was so much more dude. If you guys watched that video today I posted with the golden monkey, you know how much I hate albatrosses now. My God. Bunny Stomper, 2 mana 1/3. Your beast have rush? Doesn't like every beast in the game have rush? Like, what is this? What's the point of this? What beast doesn't have rush, man? What are we talking about? Oh, is this for Bunny Hopper because he won Worlds? Ah, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why they made this. Man, they could have gave him a better card, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think a 2 mana 1/3 with this text is going to work. I guess this has rush inherently, so it's like a 2 mana 1/3 beast with rush. That's fine, I guess. What is this? Man, does anyone else feel like this expansion's kind of weak? I don't know. None of these cards are popping out at me like, oh my God, this is insane. Okay. Whatever, we'll move on. Okay, we've seen this one. 7 mana 7/7 Harrowing Ox, Taunt, Battlecry View, Excavated twice. Your next turn, this costs 7 less. I think even if Excavating is good for Death Knight, this card doesn't see play. Like, I don't think you want a 7 mana 7/7 and you cheat out 7 mana, or your next turn costs 10 less. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. This card is also like seems pretty weak Because unless like excavating actually ends up being like really powerful, like I don't think that this is going to be worth it. What's excavate? It's like you get a low tier treasure, and then if you excavate it again, you get a mid tier treasure, and then if you do it again, you get a high tier treasure, and then once you do it 3 times, it starts the cycle over again. But if you're a class that is mining azurite, I don't know what it is. Some of them have legendary cards. Basically, if a class has excavate, I'm pretty sure they get like 7 mana. Cheating 7 mana though, I mean, the problem is not, you're not cheating 7. You are, but you aren't, because the problem is your next card this turn costs 7 less. And if the next card is 7 less, that means you have to have a card that's 7 mana in your hand, or like you're not getting the full value here. And a 7 mana 7/7 with taunt is not playable. So you would have to have a very good reason for you to want to do this. Like there have been cards like this before that haven't seen play. So I don't know. It's also in Frost. So I feel like Frost could do better stuff. I don't know. I'm not optimistic on it. I am definitely not optimistic on it. Okay, we haven't seen any of these. Anything else I'm missing here? Feldurin, the Lost, 4 mana 3/4 battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, gain immune this turn to attack all enemies. Okay, so like I was talking to Ecor about this. I am really not feeling Highlander for this expansion. I feel like if I'm gonna build Highlander, I don't think this is a good enough payoff. Like Highlander, the thing about Highlander is the payoff has to be so worth it for you to want to do this. We obviously haven't seen all of the cards yet, but like there's already so many ways to deal with Highlander that I don't think that this is going to be good enough to build around. Like I think Highlander is a fun mechanic, but like this isn't Zephyrus, man. This isn't Bran. Like this is a card that I think potentially could do very well. Like just in general, like this is a fine card, but is it worth building Highlander for this? I don't know. Is Reno and Standard? No. I think this card's very good. Messenger Buzzard. I think this card is very, very powerful. Like the thing they showed was like, you play this card and then this buffs your like Feldurin, but I'd rather just run 2 copies of this because drawing a beast and giving your minions in your hand +1/+1 for a 2 mana 1/2 beast is insane. Like that's a very, very nuts card. So like, I just don't see like this effect working. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Blast Mage Miner, 6 mana 4/4 battlecry. Excavate a treasure for each card in your hand. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy. See, the nice thing about this is at least you're getting the card in your hand and then you deal the damage. But like, again, does Mage have an archetype to support this? And is it really worth running a card like this? Because Meteorologist wasn't played, right? At least as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it was played. So it's a little strange that this card is here. Like excavating has to be like a really good thing to do. That's basically what I'm saying. Like if excavating is not good, like a lot of these cards will just end up failing. Did I miss any of it? I feel like I'm missing a ton that they just haven't posted on this site. Hold on. Let me go to like the actual Hearthstone site here. Okay, what did I miss? All right. Let me just move my camera over here real fast. I feel like I missed some. All right. Howdy Finn. 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever your hand has less than 3 cards in it, get a random Murloc. Whoa, this is kind of interesting. Wait, this is kind of just like infinite value Murloc if you're just less than. If you play this card when you have 3 cards in your hand, you could just keep playing Murlocs. That's kind of cool. In standard, unlikely. In arena, this card's going to be. This card's going to be something else, bro. It's gonna be something else. I feel like in arena this is gonna be so annoying because in arena it comes down to like top decking. If you just play this card, you just get to play a full board of Murlocs, and that seems very, very good. This is whatever, so it's literally constant what's on the board. Yeah, it's cool. Like theoretically speaking, you could be at 10 mana or you could be at whatever mana total, and as long as if you draw this card and you have 3 cards in your hand and then you play it, that means you have 2, so then you get another Murloc back and you keep going and going and going. It's interesting. So if you have 0 cards, you get 3. Yeah. I think that would be how it worked, yeah. Which is cool. Good art, too. Howdy. What does a Murloc say when they say howdy? He's like, Murloc. Okay, anyways. We saw this card. I'm not going to go through all of this. This card is like the equivalent of the evil cable rat that came out in Rise of Shadows. You guys remember that? I think this card will be fine. If you desperately need another Excavate, this will be probably played, but I'm not sure about that. We've talked about this card. Bounty board, 3 mana 0/5. Your excavate, quick draw, tradable, and legendary cards cost 1 less. Wow. Okay. Kind of a really interesting idea here. 3 mana 0/5 is fucking slow as shit, though. So you have to play this, and then you have to get 3 mana value, basically, for this card to be just fine. And then potentially even more. Dude, I don't know. See, I like the fact that they printed this at 3, because I think at 2 it might be a little scary, because then you're mana cheating very quickly. I think maybe the quick draw one is the one that might be questionable. Legendary cards might be actually really good too. I'm not sure about tradable. Excavate might be fine too, but it's cool. Like I like the design. Like I think the design is really cool. Well, unless this problem's fine. I disagree. I don't know, man. 2 mana to 3 mana is actually quite a significant deal. And then you get the mana cheating early. It's really scary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really nervous. I would be nervous for this to be at 2. I think the card's cool though. I think the card, like the design is really cool. The flavor's there. It's really, really interesting. I talked to this card before, but like this card I actually think will be legitimately strong, because if you get to top deck this card, you get to deal 1 mana, deal 4, and you get 4 life back. That's insane. If you don't quick draw this, I mean, is what it is. Still a 3 mana, deal 4 damage. That's fine. And you get 4. But God, I think the quick draw on this card is insane. Flint Firearm. Who the hell? 3 mana, 3/3 battle card. Get a random quick draw card if you play this turn. Repeat. I will say the art is phenomenal. Man, the art of this set is cool. This card, see, like I think that maybe this is going to be the case. You play bounty board, you get the quick draw effect, right? And then you play this with it, and you just keep going, right? Like I think that's what it's going to be, because this guy's like, he's the Flint Firearm, and you look at a bounty board, you're going to go kill everyone on the bounty. That's kind of sick, to be honest. The quick draw effect is active with that legendary. It is, yeah. It is. Quick draw just means that if it entered your hand, it doesn't mean drawn. This card has potential. It has potential. Will it be good? I don't know, but it has potential. It does. Again, this card really is, does this card have a lot of, sorry, this card is based on, if quick draw effects are good, then this has so much potential, right? If quick draw effects are meh, then this card's probably never going to see play. But as a singular card, it's a lot of value. Did you notice Reno? I did, yeah. I don't want to spoil it, chat, but I did see that a specific Reno thing is coming back. Okay, so this is, I think this is a really well-designed card. Trolley problem. Discard your lowest cost spell. Summon 2/3/3 tramp cards with rush. Quick draw, don't discard. It's cool that quick draw actually adds a thinking process to your hand. It's like, do I want to discard a card or do I not? I think that's really interesting, and I hope more of the quick draw cards are like this, but I feel like they're going to lean towards this kind of effect. So that'd be sick. Azurite Chain Gang. Are you actually serious? 4 mana 2/3 taunt, battle cry, and quick draw, summon a copy of this. Okay, so if you draw this card on 6 mana, that means you get 3 Chain Gangs. But if you just play this in a battle cry, you only, I mean, I don't think the battle cry alone is going to see play. Actually, you don't even need 6 mana. Sorry, you just need 4, right? Because if you quick draw into this and then you play it, you get to summon 3. Okay, hold on. There might be cooking. Wait a minute. This might be gas. Holy shit. That would be so toxic to play against, though. That's so insane. That's so insane. Is that good, though? Like, would you play that? I think you play this, don't you? Hey, look, it's Rarran's mom. What the fuck? This is the quick draw, bro. A bonus event in the hand. Could be good, man. Well, this was Seafloor Savior, though. It'd be so good. It's not a mech, man. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking with, oh, the Paladin. Yeah, you're right. No, this card actually might see play. This card's actually pretty good. This might be probably one of the better cards I've seen so far. This card actually has, it got me cooking, bro. It got me cooking, and I think that's a really good way of doing this. So yeah, sure. I've seen this guy before. This one I'm so iffy on, bro. I don't know. Like, if you have 20 less health, if you don't have 20 less health, for instance, you are literally playing a 4 mana 4/4. A 4 mana 4/4 is trash. If you have 20 less health, though, open the Badlands Jail. I mean, there's so much potential with a card like this, right? Because you could literally make a minion unplayable for so many turns. And I think that is going to be pretty funny. But, like, do you run this in a deck? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want this to work, but I don't know. It's so specific. And, like, what happens if you play this as a 4 mana 4/4 and your opponent doesn't have a minion that you really want to put into jail? You know what I mean? That's what I'm nervous for. So, it is. Why would you make a minion dormant? Wait, is it not? I guess, theoretically speaking, what you could do is you could put, like, you could play, like, a Malagos. Right? You could play a Malagos. And then you can, like, put it in jail yourself. And then once it's back, you pop off with it because your opponent never interacts with it. Maybe that's the potential. Like, you could play your Sif, then play this. Then you get to put it to dormant for 3 turns, and then you just have to survive, and then you kill them. So maybe that's the play. Hear me out. Rogue plays this card once. They go below 20, then they have infinite jails. We got Sif nowadays. Yeah, okay, that's what I meant. That's so slow. I mean, just my thought process, right? I don't know. I'm really iffy on this card. I'm iffy on it. I don't think it's going to be that good. And we had Mayav as a 4 mana 4/3 that didn't even have the requirement, and that card didn't see any play. It saw play for a little bit. I don't know. I don't think it's that good. I really like the art though. Is that Sheriff Barrel Brim, owner of the Badlands Barrel building? Is that Doug Thibodeau? I love that. Burrow Buster. Oh my god, that was my name in high school chat. 5 mana 6/4 rush, battlecry, excavated treasure. This card's fine. Again, if you need another excavate, sure, whatever. I'm gonna get really tired of saying excavate. It's such an awkward word to say. Sure. I mean, this is fine. Okay. We almost went with the name Giant Drill, but then it would have to be an 8/8. You're so funny. Cattle Rustler. 5 mana 3/4 battlecry, draw beast that costs 3 less. Man, is that good? That seems really good. That seems really good. That seems nuts. Tutor and Manichi? Like, yeah, exactly, Kurgo. It sounds good. What the I can get behind this. I can get behind this. It feels so slow for Hunter. I mean, the dream is you can coin into this on a Hunter, get your Hydrolodon, and then you have a 4 mana Hydrolodon. I'd play that. Especially because it draws you specifically a beast. Or you get King Crush. I mean, if you're going to play Highlander Hunter, this card's going in guaranteed. Like, it's guaranteed. Priest Colossal too. Yeah, I can see this card getting played. This card probably sees play. Actually, might see play. Just because of this line right here. 5 minutes a little slow though. I could see it being played though. You're definitely like investing into your beast. So if you have a good enough beast that you want to discount, you're still paying mana. Yeah, you're right. Why would I even play that when I can just play Druid? Living Prairie, again, I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of tired about like Elemental Shaman. Like, I feel like we've seen it for so long at this point, even though it fits very nicely into the class. But again, this card really, like, this card is so ass cheeks if you don't have a good elemental package. So unless the elemental package is good enough for you to play, this is not going to see play. But the art is fire. Yeah, I agree. It's not bad. Like, it's actually pretty decent if you get the elemental synergy. But it's a cool card. What's that thing? We're halfway there. Okay. We saw this one. We saw this one. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. When we first saw this card, I thought it was whatever. I thought it was whatever, bro. I'm still on that train. I'm willing to sit here and see if chat can probably convince me that this card's good, but I think it's horrific. Like, there's no way I want to play a Highlander deck for this. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Like, for me, it's like 8 mana 5/5 in a Highlander deck where I have to hope that I draw this early enough. And it's a legendary. 8 mana 21 in stats. Oh no, I'm so scared. I mean, if it was 2016, 2017, maybe I'd be a little bit more scared. Like, I'd rather just play Zephyrus and win the game. It's like how you played Reno for Zephyrus. Zephyrus is a much better card than this card. Like, it's not even close how much better Zephyrus is compared to this card. Like, Zephyrus is infinitely better than this card. But the only potential I see with this card is Titans, because Titans interact immediately, which is what I'm thinking they do. Like, I'm guessing that for the Highlander package to work, there is a neutral legendary we haven't seen. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm assuming. So that's, I'm going to hold off of this, but the card right now, I'm not a huge fan of. Not a huge fan. So I think it's really weak. This card sucks. Dude, okay. I'm going to go on a little rant here for a second. Yo, Nick, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. This card is one of the most, I'm going to call it disappointing cards I've ever seen in my life. Because to think that this card would be playable in the current year is kind of insulting. But it's also just so boring, right? Like, this is a boring ass card. Like, this is a boring ass card, dude. And if you think about what the legendary cards of an expansion should be, it should be something to get me excited for the expansion. Now, not all of them are going to be Prince Renethal, but I am not a fan of this. Mark made a great combo. Listen, I'm not saying the card's unplayable. I just don't want to play with it. I think it's boring as fuck. I think it's boring. Like, it's a boring ass card, right? It's not, I'm not saying the card's horrific. I think it's bad personally. I still think it's bad. I just think it's boring as fuck. Like, I don't want to play this card. I really don't want to play with it. Nothing inspires me to play this card. Like, I'm over this shit. At the moment, dude, like, this is obviously the first introduction of the cards, but in my opinion, this set looks pretty weak. Like, I'm getting mad Rostacon's Rumble vibes here. Great theme, perfect flavor on cards. This has better keywords than Rostacon, but I'm a little nervous for this one, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm a little nervous because the problem is that this is the third expansion of the year. The third expansion of the year has to be relevant. Otherwise, it's not even going to be worth like buying cards for it, because now you have to compete with 5 other expansions in the pool, and you're dealing with some of the best expansions, right? Like, what are we playing with here? Titans is nuts. Voyage was good. Castle Matthew was good. Lich King was fine. I'm just nervous for it. I'm nervous for it. Or the Rostacon's keyword, it was overkill. I don't blame you for getting it. Anyways, I'm hoping that this, I'm liking the theme though. I think the theme's cool. I do think this card's going to see play though. This card seems actually pretty good. So, I don't know.